Yes.
Here we have Blake Beasley here.
Hey, Sony, Blake Beasley, Tunnel Vision Sports. Congratulations on winning the NFC.
Thank you.
Here at TV Sports, our goal is to shift the focus and talk more about the positive aspects of sports. You do great work with the charity, the Be Like Brit Foundation. Can you elaborate more on the foundation and the impact it's had on your life?
The Be Like Brit Foundation is a foundation that's very near and dear to me. With me having a Haitian background, it's a foundation that basically has an orphanage back in Haiti where they have kids there that they bring in and basically give them a life that they probably would never had without Be Like Brit Foundation. Tremendous background with that foundation, tremendous mission, and it's something that I back up 100%.
Thanks. And we'll take a question from Ryan from the New York Post.
Hey, Sony, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I got two questions pertaining to your last Super Bowl. First is, have any of your teammates given you grief the last week that, your 94 yards and a touchdown for the Patriots are one of the reasons they don't have a ring? It's got to be interesting to be on the opposite side here of a team you beat not that long ago.
Uh, um, Not too many teammates have given me grief. A lot of people, I get a lot of I'm glad that you're on this side this time, and it's always awesome to be able to be on a great team, a team that I love to compete, and be on a team that's trying to get ready to try to host the Lombardi Trophy.
And then the other question is, I remember after that game, Coach McVay beat himself up quite a bit that he got out coached by Bill Belichick. I'm wondering what you've seen. Well, two things, I guess. What you remember about that game plan. Were you surprised the high-flying Rams only scored 3 points and that game played out the way it did? I think 13-3. And what have you seen from Coach McVay this week in terms of preparation? And I'm sure he's not going to let that happen again.
Yeah, I think it was a great defensive game, and that's why it was a very low scoring game. Two powerhouse defenses playing great football, and I'm sure this time around, Coach McVay, being familiar with this stage, and just trying to be ready, getting us ready to basically compete at our highest level. We're just trying to go out there and play our best football, and that's kind of the goal.
Thank you.
We now have Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Sony, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We were just talking about how you won a Super Bowl already. So you spent some years in New England, and you did win a Super Bowl, like we said. What from that experience can you take to kind of use in this game? Not only just winning a Super Bowl, but also just your time in general in New England. In those few years.
The biggest thing for me is preparation. Being prepared, like any other game, you have a lot of confidence going into the game. Being able to play fast, being able to be you, and I think preparation is just the biggest thing.
We'll take the next question from Claudia Gestro.
Hey, Sonny. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Between you and Cam Akers, this offense has a very strong backfield. How well has Cam blended into this offense since returning to the team?
He's done well with his transition. Him coming off of his injury, getting back into the rhythm. I think he's done a tremendous job of transitioning into, being up to speed with everything.
And with the Bengals defensive line, stop obviously the Chiefs running game from scoring the entire game and only allowed the Chiefs to score 3 points in the second half. What are your impressions of that defense?
They're a great competitive defense, and we're excited. I'm excited for the challenge, and there's no better game to be able to face a defense that's so stout and take pride in trying to stop the run.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
John Ackerman.
Hey, Sony. I'm with Sports Spectrum. We cover sports and faith. We talked to you 3 years ago at the Super Bowl, and you had mentioned that without Jesus, there's none of this, and that your purpose was, to glorify Him. I'm just curious about this past season. What has it been like for you and your faith, and how you've grown, and just how you've seen God work this year?
He's been working tremendous. Been doing a lot of work in my life, I believe, this year, especially with my transition here to the Rams. Not playing much in the beginning and kind of trusting him, trusting my faith in him and knowing that he put me in this position for a reason. Everything didn't go my way, and sometimes a lot of people lose faith, but I kept my faith, stayed strong, just kept doing what he blessed me to do, and that's, come to work every day, put a smile on my face, bring great energy, and come here to compete. And by me able to do that, I got my opportunity at one point to be able to compete. And I took advantage of it, and I was able to glorify him with that opportunity, just to show people, with God, with Jesus Christ on your side, you can accomplish so much. Keeping faith, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what kind of adversity come your way, keeping your faith can take you so far, can get you over that hump. And that's been kind of my testimony this whole season.
Chris Ryan.
Hey, Sony, hope all is well with you. Two, if I could. First one, just on the transition from New England to LA this year. You mentioned, some of the challenges at the beginning of the year, but how would you kind of describe what this season has been like for you? Roller coaster? How would you categorize it?
Man, it's a football season, and I think a lot of teams that make it to this point, especially, even I'm sure guys on the Bengals can attest to this. A lot of guys on this team can attest to this. You go through a lot of ups and downs, no matter what it is. Personally, the team itself will go through ups and downs, and it's all about just sticking together, leaning on one another, and just keep pushing forward. And eventually, that time will come.
And on your experience in the last Super Bowl, where we were obviously with the Patriots, do you feel there is benefit to that experience going into this game? The fact that you can kind of let guys know what needs to be done, the focus, the intensity, etc.
I wouldn't say that. Experience really does. I won't say experience helps at all with games like this. I think biggest thing is preparation. For a guy that haven't been here or a guy that has been here, if you're not prepared, you won't be ready for the opportunity. If you're prepared, you'll be confident and you'll be ready for the opportunity. So I won't say experience is the biggest thing. I'll say preparation is.
Christian Gardecki.
Hey, Sonny, how different is this Super Bowl compared to others that you have been in? And do you think it'll make a difference for home field advantage?
I'm not sure yet. It is different because we had to travel this time around. We kind of get to stick to our normal routine. We kind of get to stay home, get to practice at our home base, and we kind of get to feel more like a home game schedule. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
News Talk New England.
Hi, Sony Michel. From News Talk New England, Tiffany Williams. One question for you. Your New England fans that are rooting for the Rams this Sunday, what message do you have for your fans back here in New England?
I appreciate the support. As fans, there's a lot of investment into players, and it's always appreciated, even though we really don't get to connect, but we do get to connect, based on our performance and our platform. So I do appreciate it.
Nick from Sports Illustrated.
Hey, Stoney, given that you've been on the stage of the Super Bowl before and everything that comes with the week, what has been your message to teammates who haven't played in a game of this magnitude?
I haven't really had much of a message. Me, I kind of just stick to who I am and what I do, and that's come in with a great attitude. Try to prepare as best as I can, work hard in practice, and hopefully guys can see that and follow. And there is guys that I look up to on this team that I follow as far as their intensity. And I think the biggest thing is just trying to lean on each other.
Power 96.5 Sports.
Sony Michel, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080 Buffalo. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good in yourself.
I'm good, man. We all live and die by the 5 Ps, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So, how do you prepare to, have your best game in the best game? And what can you tell us about a much underrated unit, the Cincinnati Bengals linebacker corps?
How do I prepare? It starts off by, making sure I'm digesting the playbook. I'm digesting the install that we're putting in. Taking care of my body, most definitely making sure I'm ready for practice every day, and doing the right things, putting the right things in my body to make sure I'm ready for the game when it comes. And the linebacker core for the Cincinnati Bengals are very underrated, but those guys do play good football. Very patient, very physical, and it seems like guys like to run around and just play football, and they're having fun doing it.
Miguel from Endzoners.
Hey, hi, Sonny. This is Miguel with Ensoners Latin American Network. What would you say is the biggest challenge for this Rams running game against the Bengals, and how big of a role do you expect Henderson's recovery to play in the running game core for the team?
I believe it'll be a challenge for us, and I think we're up for that challenge. Very stout defense, a defense that play hard and play all the way to the whistle. So it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're definitely preparing for it, and we're definitely up for the challenge. And with Daryl coming back, I think he'll do a great job of helping this team, being another piece of the puzzle.
Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Sony, congratulations on getting this far. How much has Cam Akers just returned inspired you, just as a player, as a teammate, and what did you take from his return?
Having Cam, it's always great to be around football players, like guys that can ball and guys that can do things that have different attributes to their game that are unique, and I think he's one of those guys. And it's always good to be around competitors because it takes your level of competitiveness to another level. Good guy, a team player, brings good energy every day, so it's cool having him around.
Jay Nelson.
How you doing, Sony Michel?
Doing good. And yourself?
Doing pretty good, sir. Jay Nelson with Sideline Sports. So, last month, your alma mater, the Georgia Bulldogs, won the national championship, and I know that you were pretty hyped about that. I'm curious to know if you had used their national championship victory personally as motivation to go out there and win throughout the playoffs and to win this Sunday.
Personally, I didn't, and I haven't because we're different. It's just a different situation. But I was definitely excited for those guys, especially to know what kind of work they put in. And me being an alumni, being a fan of those guys, man, it was a great moment to share.
Jose Gabriel Gomez.
Hi, Sonny. I have a question. Well, two questions. First, about your time in New England. How you see Stafford, what traits he has that are so similar to Tom Brady, because you play with both of them, and obviously you sent him into retirement a few weeks ago. So you see any similarities between him and Brady? And second, how's been teammate with Cam Akers, because obviously you were traded after he injured his Achilles. So how's being his teammate from the injury to now that you are sharing the backfield?
Being alongside of a guy and a guy that leads his team very well, like Matthew Stafford, is a pleasure. It's an honor. It's always great to be around greatness. And he's a guy that prepares well. He's a competitor. He works hard, and he has tremendous talent. And that's something I can say I'm blessed to be around a guy like that. Even though I was fortunate to play with Tom Brady, with those same attributes. Two different guys, two different playing styles, but they're both big competitors. And being in the backfield with Cam Akers, it's a cool experience because he's a great football player. And when you're around great football players, it helps you bring your level of play to another level.
Cool McCain. Wait, we'll skip that one. Bobby Thompson.
Hey, Sony, how you doing?
You doing good in yourself?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Congratulations on making it back to the Super Bowl. I got a two-part question for you. How did being coached by Bill Belichick make you a better player, and how did playing with Tom Brady make you a better player?
Being coached by Coach Belichick made me a better player. In terms of, taught me to be a professional. Me coming into this league young, not really knowing much, being put into that system of, doing your job and being a professional, it takes you a long way. And being a teammate of Tom Brady, it was a cool experience. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And when you're around greatness, it only allows you to bring your level of play to a higher level. Great dude to be around, and it was an honor.
Dakota Randall.
Hey, Sony.
How you doing?
Excuse me. Do you still stay in contact with any of your former teammates and coaches with the Patriots? And what are some of the things maybe that you learned there that helped you this season with the Rams and to be ready for this stage again?
The biggest thing that I learned there is preparation. The way you prepare, and that comes in all aspects. Off the field, on the field. What are you doing to be the best version of you? And that's something I learned there, and I basically use the same tactics here.
And one more, there have been some reports that Ivan Fears could retire this offseason. So I'm just wondering what he meant to you during your time there.
He meant a lot. A guy that invested so much into me, into the rest of the running backs, a father figure, somebody that was there that we could lean on. It was great to have him around.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Mark Craig.
Yeah, Sony, I was wondering get your thoughts on Kevin O'Connell and just would you say is his strongest strength, and what makes you think he'll be successful when he becomes Vikings head coach?
Coach Kev is a guy that cares about his players, a guy that brings good energy, and I think that's important. And the Vikings are getting a great coach, a guy who's a great leader, who's going to lead them the right way. Who's football smart, obviously, and know a lot about people.
Eric Flores.
Good afternoon. This is Eric from the Spotlight Sports Network. Of course, congratulations on making the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
So my question here is, how strong has your relationship been with your coach, Sean, and how much of an impact has he been leading up to now?
Are you talking about McVay? Correct?
Yes, McVay.
My relationship with McVay has been good. Learning a lot from him, listening to him, and soaking in a lot of information that he has. A guy that knows, that's going to lead you and put you in positions to be successful. He's been doing it all year, and it's been a great journey.
Thank you.
Mark Weiser.
Hey, Sony, good to see you. What's the dynamic between you and Thomas Brown, given that he coached you in college?
The dynamics is, the same way he coached me in college, he coached the guys here. He's a coach that cares about his players, that's going to coach you hard to try to get the best version of you.
Hassan Khan.
Hey, Sony. First off, congratulations on making the Super Bowl. I know that's your attention, your focus is on the big game this weekend, but I really wanted to get into your mind and ask your thoughts on how the season was really an audition for this offseason coming up, whether you decide to re-sign with the Rams or decide to move forward with a different team?
You know, it's easy to say it's an audition, but it's really not, because you only can be where your feet are. And I had to be present in the moment, and taking it day by day. The off season wasn't something I could focus on, because without taking care of my job and taking care of what I needed to do this season, you know, who knows what off season looks like. And till this day, it's still up in the air. So my focus is really just finishing the season, finishing it strong, trying to get this last W. And when that time comes, it comes.
Jonathan Fernandez.
Hey, Sony, can you talk about the level of support you've received from Rams fans in Los Angeles? And can you feel as you guys got deeper in the playoffs that the city got more and more behind you?
Yeah, the Rams fans, you know, done a tremendous job of, you know, supporting us, supporting me throughout this journey. They stuck behind us, and they're still here. And you know, we're glad. I'm glad that the game is here, so it's an easy trip for them, and they could be there cheering us on.
John Leidick.
Yeah, hey, Sony, when you look at it, obviously your rookie season, you make it to the Super Bowl. How was your approach, or how have you looked or appreciated things maybe differently this time around as you go through it for a second time?
For me, the second time is really trying to appreciate the journey, soak it all in, take it each day at a time, not trying to rush the process, not trying to rush to the game. It's really trying to take it in and realize how special these moments are.
Marthany Sanders.
How's it going, Sony?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Just to piggyback on earlier questions about Cam Akers, what's the relationship between you and Cam? Not only just you and Cam, but just the whole running backs in itself, the whole running back room throughout this season.
We have a great relationship. You know, as a running back core, we stick together. We lean on each other, no matter if a guy is special teams heavy, playing a lot, not playing a lot. We lean on each other. We stick together. We try to keep a strong relationship throughout the season, because there's times where guys are going to need each other.
Alec Lace.
Sony, what's doing?
How you doing?
My show focuses on fatherhood and family life. It's called First Class Fatherhood. How did becoming a dad change your perspective on life?
It changed my perspective on life, because it's really not about you. It's really about how much can you pour into someone else? How much can you give back? You know, what kind of legacy do you leave behind? It teaches you so much about life and gives you a whole different outlook on life.
How about as far as a disciplinarian as a dad? What type of disciplinarian are you as a father? And is that different than the discipline style you grew up with?
It is different, especially the style that I grew up with. For me, you know, my biggest aspect is, you know, trying to build that relationship first, trying to understand, you know, what's going on, you know, so I can analyze situations a little better.
Very cool. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Alberto Garcia.
Hey, Sony, congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl once again. And that's what I want to talk about. You played in the national championship with Georgia, with the Patriots, who won the Super Bowl. How are you approaching these past days, this week prior to the game? Are you taking it business as usual, or are you trying to soak it in a little bit, having been one of the guys that has experience at this stage at the Super Bowl?
A little bit of both, you know, trying to soak it in, trying to, you know, enjoy every moment, but definitely business as usual. When it's time to hit the field, when it's time to, you know, be in these meeting rooms, I'm locked in, you know, ready to learn, ready to prepare. So once game time comes, we're ready to roll.
Quick follow-up. Just what can you tell us about Sean McVay? He's talking about one of the brightest minds at such a young age in the NFL. Here, your first year with the Rams. What can you tell us about your head coach and his schematic genius that some people say he has?
Oh man, he does a great job with putting guys in positions to be successful. He's a great leader, a guy that brings a lot of positive energy to this team, which I think is important.
Thank you, Sony.
Thank you.
Joe Ellis.
Hey, Sony. So the Rams, congratulations on getting to the Super Bowl. So the Rams have brought in OBJ, Von Miller. They brought you in when they needed running back help. How important has the front office been in getting you guys successful? And how great was it mid-year bringing in OBJ to the offense?
Man, it was great. It's always good when you can bring in, ball players like OBJ, Von Miller, and bringing those guys in. Obviously, you bring them in for a reason because you know their capability, and knowing that we would get these guys, we knew that our team would be stronger. They would come in, and I'm sure they would have to learn the culture, and eventually they were going to make plays for us.
And secondly, how big of an impact have you had on Cam Akers, going through Super Bowl week, telling him what to prepare for, what to expect leading up to the big game?
Oh, man. Huge. I'm sure he knows it. He has great coaches around him to, just basically tell him, it's really about his preparation. Not making this game bigger than what it is. We are just playing a football game. It's like any other game, as long as you look at it that way, and you should be fine.
Thank you, Sonny. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Christopher Hadel.
Hi, Sony. This is Chris Idell from Herman Radio in Baltimore. Congratulations on making them to the Super Bowl. What is it like this year, knowing that you are from the University of Georgia and they won the national championship? Does it feel like you're going to help Georgia players to win another like a Super Bowl to keep everything going in the year of the Dogs?
It's different, but it's always good to see a team that I came from, my college, winning a national championship. And it's been a while, so I was very excited for them, knowing how much work they put in, and hopefully us getting the opportunity to be able to win a Super Bowl, it kind of just be cool. It would be a cool thing.
Rachel Halliwell.
Hey, Sony. I'm from Canada, so we were just kind of wondering what your favorite Drake song on your pregame playlist is.
Oh, my favorite Drake song. Oh, I would say, is it Nonstop?
Julian.
Hey, Sony, congrats on making the Super Bowl. I'm going to ask you about Cam Akers. What's your thoughts on him, his return, how incredible his story has been, and what's some stuff you've told him about going out there and trying to win a Super Bowl?
Oh, it's been great seeing Cam, battle through so much, being able to get physically in shape, mentally prepared to come back, and the way he handled the situation, his transition has been incredible. Him coming in and kind of just fitting right in after missing so much time. It's been cool to watch.
Thank you.
Gabriel Zoda.
Hey, Sony, congrats and good luck on Sunday. So you guys got a lot of big name talent on the roster, and usually with certain types of teams like this, sometimes maybe egos or mentalities can clash with each other. Just speak on how, these group of guys have really, kind of pushed that narrative to the side and focused on the one goal of winning that Super Bowl.
Just like you said, it was easy for guys to push egos to the side when there's only one goal in mind, one mission that we're all trying to compete. And no matter how we get there, guys are committed to, being there for their teammates and just trying to reach that goal. And however we do it, we do it.
Thank you.
Vanessa, NFL Canada.
Hi, I'm Vanessa from NFL Canada, and we were just wondering if you have any favorite parts of Canada. I don't know if you know, there's 2 Canadians who play on your team.
Right now, I can't say I have a favorite part of Canada because I've never been to Canada. I think once I get the opportunity to visit, explore a little bit, maybe I'll have an answer.
Fair enough. Did you want to answer a quick Canadian multiple choice question? We're wondering if you know who Connor McDavid is, either a hockey player, the prime minister, or a soccer player.
A hockey player.
Ding, ding, ding. Thank you so much.
Alex, NBC6 Miami.
Hey, Sony, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Well, coming to you from your hometown, got a lot of fans down here. What can I guess what can the fans down here expect from you? I guess you know you're no stranger to Super Bowls, and if you can also talk a little bit about the impact that South Florida players have had in the NFL and Super Bowls in general, and your role in that now.
What can they expect from me is, I'm gonna give it my all. We've come this far, to finish the job, and the only thing we have left to do is to leave it all on the field. And guys down in South Florida has so much impact on this game in general. And being from South Florida, knowing that, big games aren't too big for us. We're out there playing the game that we love, and we love to compete.
Arena 4.
Hey, Sonny, greetings from Budapest, Hungary. Sonny, although you are still a young guy, you already have some Super Bowl experience. Can you help your younger teammates with that?
Yeah, I would say about leading in the right way, doing the right thing so they can see, how to go about, preparing to be prepared for the big game.
And last question again from Alex from NBC in Miami.
Hey, Sony, just didn't follow up on that. Two questions real quick on this one. One, can you talk a little bit about the prep work that you got from like Heritage and the level of competition you got down here playing high school ball? And also, last Super Bowl, you were the only one that scored a touchdown. So that's kind of a big deal too.
Yeah, so being at Heritage and being around some elite athletes, like I said earlier, when you're around players that love to compete, it only can do one thing, and that's raise your level of play. And I think that's what it's done. And for me, being very fortunate to have an opportunity to score a touchdown in the last Super Bowl, it was pretty cool. It was something that you don't really think about or dream about.
Thank you so much, Sony.
Appreciate it.